If you're a man over 60, what I'm about to say might shock you, but it could also save your performance, your confidence, and your relationship. Every single morning, millions of older men across America are swallowing something they believe is helping them. A handful of vitamins, a daily habit, a healthy ritual. But here's the truth. Those same vitamins may be silently destroying your erections, and you'd never know until it's too late. My name is Dr. John Kennedy. I'm a urologist and men's health specialist with over 3 decades of clinical experience. I've helped thousands of men navigate the hidden traps that come with aging, especially those that rob you of energy, masculinity, and intimacy. And this one surprised even me. The wrong vitamin at the wrong time in the wrong dose can quietly wreck your testosterone, reduce blood flow to your penis, and leave you feeling powerless. You see, not all vitamins are bad, but most men don't realize how timing, absorption, and nutrient interactions can flip the script from helpful to harmful. Taking the wrong combination on an empty stomach with caffeine or without food, these simple mistakes add up day after day until your erections begin to weaken, your morning wood disappears, and your confidence starts to fade. In this video, I'll reveal the 7 most common vitamin mistakes men make at breakfast, and more importantly, how to fix them. And later I'll share the one mistake that nearly ruined a patient's sex life and how he turned it around in just 10 days. Stay with me. Before we dive into these crucial vitamin mistakes, take a second to subscribe and tap the bell. That way you'll never miss another men's health tip designed specifically for you. And if you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If it's not quite what you were looking for, type 0. I read every comment to make these videos better for you. Alright, now let's get into the real reason you're here. Let me walk you through the first and most common mistake I see in men over 60. A mistake that seems harmless, but could be quietly draining your testosterone and damaging your ability to perform. It starts the moment you take your very first pill in the morning on an empty stomach. Mistake 1. Taking multivitamins on an empty stomach. For many men, especially those over 60, taking a multivitamin first thing in the morning feels like a healthy routine. It's simple, it's quick, and it seems responsible. But here's what most don't realize: when you take your vitamins on an empty stomach, you're setting yourself up for poor absorption, gastrointestinal discomfort, and worst of all, micronutrient imbalance that can directly affect your sexual health. Multivitamins often contain key minerals like zinc, magnesium, iron, and B vitamins. These nutrients play vital roles in testosterone production, circulation, and nerve function. But taken without food, many of these nutrients pass through your digestive system without being properly absorbed. Some, like zinc, can irritate your stomach lining, causing nausea or even acid reflux, subtle symptoms that men often ignore. But here's where it gets dangerous. Zinc deficiency, even at low levels, is linked to decreased testosterone, weaker erections, and reduced sperm quality. And when your body can't absorb the vitamins, it needs you slowly start losing ground day after day, until one day you realize your morning erections are gone, your stamina has faded, and your confidence has taken a hit. Taking your multivitamin with food, especially one that includes healthy fats like eggs, avocado, or olive oil, helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. It also reduces stomach irritation, allowing you to fully benefit from the supplement instead of wasting it. The truth is, you may have been doing this for years without realizing the cost, but correcting this one habit can start to restore balance to your hormones, improve absorption, and support the very systems that keep you feeling like a man. And yet, as common as this mistake is, it's not the one I worry about most, because the next mistake involves a popular vitamin that's often taken with the best of intentions. Yet, when taken in the wrong amount, it can silently damage the very blood vessels that supply your erection. Let's talk about that next. Mistake 2. Overloading on vitamin E without balance. Vitamin E has long been marketed as a heart-healthy antioxidant, and for good reason. It plays an important role in protecting cells from oxidative stress. But here's where things get tricky when taken in excess, especially without the proper balance of other nutrients like vitamin C and selenium. Vitamin E can actually do more harm than good, particularly to your vascular and sexual health. I've seen countless older men take high doses of vitamin E daily, thinking they're protecting their heart and improving circulation. But what they don't realize is that too much vitamin E, especially in synthetic form, can disrupt the body's natural antioxidant balance. When that happens, instead of reducing inflammation, it may actually increase oxidative damage inside your blood vessels. This includes the fragile endothelial lining responsible for releasing nitric oxide, a critical compound that allows your blood vessels, including those in your penis, to relax and fill with blood. When nitric oxide is compromised, erections become less frequent, less firm, and in many cases stop showing up altogether. One of my patients, a 72-year-old retired firefighter, was faithfully taking 800 IU of vitamin E every day when he came to me struggling with weak erections, low drive, and poor energy. He was shocked to learn that the very supplement he trusted might have been quietly shutting down his circulation. The fix wasn't complicated. We reduced his dosage, balanced it with natural sources of vitamin C and selenium, and within weeks his energy returned and his intimacy improved. The lesson here is simple: more isn't always better, especially when it comes to fat-soluble vitamins like E. But if that surprised you, wait until you hear what happens when you take vitamin D. Without a critical nutrient that most men overlook, one that decides whether calcium ends up in your bones or clogs the arteries leading to your erection. Let's break that down next. Mistake 3. Taking vitamin D without K2. Vitamin D is one of the most essential nutrients for men over 60. It supports your immune system, boosts your mood, strengthens bones, and even plays a direct role in testosterone production. That's why so many older men are told to take vitamin D daily, especially if they don't get much sun. But here's the part most men never hear: taking vitamin D without pairing it with vitamin K2 could be silently harming your arteries, and as a result, your erections. Here's why vitamin D increases calcium absorption in your intestines, helping to bring more calcium into your bloodstream. That sounds great for your bones, right? But without enough vitamin K2 to direct that calcium into your bones and teeth, your body may deposit it into soft tissues instead, especially your arteries. Over time, this leads to something called vascular calcification, which hardens your blood vessels and narrows the flow of blood. Now think about this: erections depend entirely on smooth, flexible blood vessels that can rapidly expand and allow blood to flow. When those vessels are stiff, clogged, or inflamed, blood can't get where it needs to go, and your performance suffers. I've seen this happen too many times. A man believes he's doing everything right, taking his vitamin D daily, even improving his levels on blood tests, but in the background, calcium is building up in places it shouldn't, slowly cutting off the very lifeline to his manhood. The fix: simply pair your vitamin D3 with vitamin K2, ideally in the MK7 form. It's a simple change with powerful benefits for your heart, your circulation, and your performance. But as concerning as that is, the next mistake might surprise you even more, because it involves two vitamins you've probably trusted for decades, and when taken in excess, they don't just affect your blood vessels, they may be quietly numbing the very nerves that control sexual pleasure. Let's take a closer look. Mistake 4. Using high-dose B6 or B12 frequently. For many older men, B vitamins, especially B6 and B12, are part of their daily routine. Marketed as energy boosters and brain protectors, they seem like a no-brainer. After all, who wouldn't want more energy, better focus, and improved nerve function? But what most men don't know is that consistently taking high doses of B6 or B12, especially in synthetic forms, can do the exact opposite of what you're hoping for by slowly damaging the nerves that are essential to your sexual response. Let me explain. These vitamins are water-soluble, which means the body typically excretes what it doesn't need. But when taken in excessive amounts, especially daily over long periods, they can accumulate and lead to a condition known as sensory neuropathy. In plain terms, that means your nerve endings can become irritated or even damaged. And when those nerves affect your pelvic region, it leads to reduced penile sensitivity, less pleasure during intimacy, and eventually a weaker erection response. One patient of mine, a 68-year-old retired engineer, had been taking a high-dose B complex every morning for years. He thought it was helping him stay sharp, but over time he began to notice tingling in his feet, reduced sensation during sex, and a dullness he couldn't explain. After adjusting his vitamin intake, switching to methylated forms, and reducing frequency, those symptoms began to fade, and his confidence returned. The bottom line is more isn't better. Your body needs balance, not overload. A few times a week in the right form is often all you need to support healthy nerve function. But nerve health is only part of the story, because what you choose to swallow alongside your morning coffee could be setting off a chain reaction that strips away vital minerals. Minerals your testosterone depends on. What happens next might shock you. Mistake 5. Taking calcium supplements in the morning with coffee. Calcium is often seen as essential, especially for older adults concerned about bone strength and preventing fractures. And for men over 60, protecting your bones feels like a smart move. But taking your calcium supplement in the morning, especially alongside your daily cup of coffee, could be quietly disrupting your mineral balance and undermining your sexual health. Here's why that happens. Caffeine, while a beloved morning ritual, has been shown to interfere with calcium absorption. In fact, just one cup of coffee can reduce how much calcium your body absorbs by nearly 40%. So, if you're taking calcium at breakfast, especially before or with your coffee, your body isn't benefiting nearly as much as you think. Even worse, calcium competes with other minerals for absorption, particularly zinc and magnesium, both of which play a direct role in testosterone production, muscle function, and vascular health. When your zinc and magnesium levels begin to drop even slightly, your testosterone can dip, your energy may fade, and your erection quality starts to weaken. This isn't a sudden change. It's slow, subtle, and easy to ignore, until you realize your body just isn't performing the way it used to. Instead of taking calcium in the morning, it's far better to shift it to the evening. Ideally with dinner, when your body's natural hormone cycles are winding down and you're not competing with caffeine or other minerals. This small shift can help restore balance, preserve mineral synergy, and protect your long-term hormonal health. But timing isn't just about coffee and calcium, because next we need to talk about a supplement that seems harmless, even friendly. It's colorful, sweet, and easy to chew, but for older men, it may be one of the sneakiest threats to your erections hiding in plain sight. Let's talk about that next. Mistake 6. Trusting one-a-day gummy vitamins. They taste good, they're easy to chew, and they promise to simplify your daily routine. Gummy vitamins have exploded in popularity, especially among older adults who don't like swallowing pills. But for men over 60, relying on gummy vitamins, especially the one-a-day kind, is often a mistake hiding behind a sugary smile. Most gummy multivitamins are loaded with artificial sweeteners, sugar alcohols, and low-quality nutrient forms that are poorly absorbed by the body. And while they may look and taste like candy, they're often missing key minerals like magnesium, selenium, boron, and bioavailable zinc, all essential for supporting testosterone, prostate health, and strong sustained erections. Worse yet, many contain synthetic colors, preservatives, and gelatin derived from low-grade animal sources that may disrupt your gut or hormone balance. I once worked with a 65-year-old man who proudly told me he never missed a day of his gummies, but when we looked closely at the label, he was getting almost none of the minerals his body needed and far too much sugar. His testosterone was low, his energy flat, and his libido fading fast. After switching to a high-quality capsule with clinically effective doses, he felt a noticeable shift within weeks, not just in his physical energy, but in his bedroom performance and mental clarity. The problem isn't the idea of simplicity, it's the trade-off you make when convenience sacrifices potency. When your body needs real support, it deserves more than candy disguised as wellness. And speaking of timing and delivery, there's one more mistake that ties this all together. It doesn't matter how high quality your vitamins are if you're taking them at the wrong time of day, in the wrong combinations. The final mistake could be the silent reason your morning routine is robbing your erections before the day even begins. Let's finish strong. Mistake 7. Ignoring vitamin timing altogether. Even when you're taking the right vitamins in the right amounts, and from the right sources, there's one critical factor that most men over 60 still overlook: timing. When you take your supplements can be just as important as what you take, and ignoring this can quietly disrupt your hormones, your energy, and yes, even your ability to get and stay hard. Some vitamins are stimulating by nature. B12, for example, can give you an energy boost. If you take it too late in the day, it may interfere with your sleep, and poor sleep is one of the fastest ways to lower testosterone and dull your morning erections. Others like magnesium or zinc support muscle recovery and hormonal repair, but they work best when taken in the evening as your body enters its restorative phase. Many men take all their vitamins in one big dose in the morning, thinking they're getting it out of the way, but this habit can throw off your body's rhythm. It may even result in nutrient competition where certain vitamins block the absorption of others and leave your system overstimulated when it needs to be calm or undersupported when it needs to recharge. The smarter approach is to split your intake across the day. Energizing vitamins like D3, B complex, and omega-3s work best in the morning, especially with a meal. Meanwhile, nighttime is ideal for minerals like magnesium and zinc that support testosterone release and deep sleep. This rhythm supports your natural hormone cycles and gives your body what it needs when it needs it. And now that you know the 7 most common vitamin mistakes that silently harm your erections, The question is, how many of these have been part of your morning routine? Because in the final moments of this video, I'll show you how one simple shift turned everything around for a 67-year-old man who had nearly given up. Conclusion: if you've made it this far, you already know the truth. What you do each morning has a lasting impact on your body, your hormones, and your ability to feel like a man. These 7 vitamin mistakes may seem small on the surface, but when repeated daily, over months or even years, they quietly chip away at the very foundation of your sexual health. Taking multivitamins on an empty stomach, overloading on vitamin E, without proper balance, ignoring the need for K2 with your D3, flooding your body with high doses of B vitamins, mixing calcium with caffeine, trusting sugary gummy supplements, and paying no attention to timing. All of these choices can add up to one frustrating question: what happened to me? But here's the good news. These mistakes are easy to fix. They don't require expensive prescriptions, risky procedures, or anything extreme. They require awareness, intention, and a willingness to treat your health with the same respect you give to everything else you care about. I think of Roger, a 67-year-old patient who had nearly given up. He thought age had taken away his drive for good. But when we identified just a few of these vitamin mistakes and made simple changes to his routine, he got it back: his energy, his confidence, and yes, his erections. His wife noticed he noticed, and his life changed. You deserve the same. Your age doesn't define your performance, your habits do. And now that you know what to avoid, you're already one step closer to reclaiming your strength and vitality. So take what you've learned today and make it count. Your body is still capable, your desire is still alive, and your best years, physically, emotionally, intimately, can still be ahead. If this video helped you, please take a moment to like it, share it with a friend or a loved one who might need it, and leave a comment below to let me know what resonated with you most. I read every comment, and your feedback means a lot. If you'd like to support the channel so I can continue creating honest, helpful health content for men like you, consider making a small donation using the link in the description. Every bit makes a difference. Stay strong, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.